yeah. First things first, let's get this out of the way. No, it is not USB-able. Two, yes, you can hook up a USB cable to it and make it work USB. Three, you can contact the manufacturer if you want to get that information on how to. They'll have a lot more tech specs and stuff like that than I will. So those things first and foremost. But yeah, it's now on to the review. All right, CheapGearGuy coming in again. This time we're going to be reviewing the FCB1010, Behringer FCB1010. Of course, that's the foot controller, MIDI foot controller. Awesome piece of machinery there. It's inexpensive. It's usually running around like $150. Let's take a quick look at it and see what you get here. Hopefully this will come through pretty good. I don't know how the lighting is in here. Okay, so here we have it. This is the FCB1010. As you can see, you have two rocker pedals. You can assign those to whatever you want to assign them to. You have a patch up and patch down. That's for patches on the actual controller. That is not patches for, you can't use that to like stomp through patches. You have, as you can see, 10 foot stomp box pedals. You can do those for on-off. Control pretty much anything that can be controlled with MIDI. You can plug this up to your DAW, your digital audio workstation, of course, and control. The foot controllers can control volume knobs if you wanted to use it for like a mixing tool, a control surface, as long as your DAW can handle MIDI implementation. It's awesome. It's really, really cool, and it's pretty easy to use with things like Amplitube. A buddy of mine, Geek Dude, out in California, we were talking back and forth actually about Amplitube. He recently got it, and I was telling him that it's a great tool because you have so many amps and stuff, but it's even better when you have the FCB. And so he's asking about it, and I was like, well, you know, it's better than telling you about it to be to show you what it can do. So that's why I'm doing this review. So Sam, this one's out for you. So let's take a quick look then. What you're gonna need. Let me minimize this here. Get a shot of the screen. Oh, Equinox Instruments. Yep, a quick plug for us. Let's see about doing this here and pulling that up. See that? That is the FCB1010 editor. Get a closer shot of that. It's a free application to help you do it. Now, it can be a bit daunting to actually control the FCB1010. Let me get a shot of the address. But I'll also put a link in the description there for where to get that. It helps you control it quickly and easily because the instruction manual is not all that great. It's got all the things you need to know, but it still is like you gotta stomp this pedal twice, and you gotta go into editor mode, and you gotta turn it off and turn it back on, hold the down button until the lights stop changing. It's not really plug and play friendly, but it is inexpensive and makes Amplitube so much more fun to use. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that up now and take a quick look. See, with Amplitube, all you gotta do, and Amplitube is honestly not as easy as, say, Guitar Rig. Guitar Rig is very intuitive, but unfortunately with things like the control pedal here, you have problems. The on-off, well, actually with the wah, it has on-off and auto because it has auto wah. So because of the auto wah, Stompbox does not want to work so well on it. But I've already got this assigned. Let's go ahead and delete the assignment. I'll show you how easy it is to learn this. The assignment, MIDI assignment, learn wah. And you see it's waiting for the MIDI to receive it. And then I'll just go ahead and rock the wah pedal. And it receives it. I don't know if you can see it, it's moving back and forth there. My hand's kind of shaking holding this out. But same thing goes for the volume. The good thing about the volume is it has a minimum volume. So if you want to just roll it off so that you get a clean tone, to dial down your gain and stuff like that. You can do that. Now, with this right here is the stomp box, and you have, of course, learn the bypass, and then you just stomp on whatever pedal down here you want. I'll say let's say MIDI 1. All right, so it learned it, and let's see if it works. Did the red light come on? Yep, there it goes. See? Stomp pedal, off it off. The problem that it tends to have, and I'll try and demonstrate this for you really quickly by loading up another pedal, is that sometimes when you have multiple pedals, I'll just go ahead and put on anything. Let's say a fuzz pedal, fuzz 1. So when you go to assign this control, learn bypass, and then we'll stomp number 2 now. Now it's got on and off for that one. But the problem is when you switch over to the next one, did it automatically? Oh, this one actually accepts it pretty quickly and easily. Because I got them in latch mode. Ah, there it is. See, I'm stomping the same pedal. It takes a second. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm saying here, so it's kind of hard to explain it. Let me show you. So I go to stomp this pedal, right? And now that one's gets focused. Come on now, if you will. We'll do it blurry. How about that? So I stomp this pedal to turn that box on, but I want to turn this one on too. Well, what'll happen is I'll stomp this, and now that one's activated, but it didn't turn it on there. It didn't turn it on the thing, so you have to stomp it again, because the first time stomping it just tells it which pedal you want to use. It's a little annoying, but it's apparently there's a new firmware interface, firmware upgrade called the Uno chip or something like that. Unofficial is what the Uno stands for, and I don't use that. I've just got an unmodded FCB1010. It works fine for what I have to do, so I'm not tampering with it. I'm just all studio. Live it might be frustrating because you may want to like stomp your distortion, stomp your wah real fast, and then finally the color went back. Stomp your wah, stomp your distortion, stomp your wah, go into your solo, and then you want to come out of it and you want to stomp your wah and then stomp your distortion back into a clean, and you may have to like double tap the wah before it'll go in there and then double. So I don't know if the Uno chip fixes that, because it does have a stomp box feature. If actually the FCB1010 editor is ready to accept the Uno chip upgrade, and it even has some stomp boxes at the bottom. If you get this, you'll see. But it's not useful unless you have the actual Uno chip. So it doesn't even do anything. The FCB1010 editor, the stomp box thing, I ramble a little too much. So anyways, but yeah, it's really cool because with those rocker pedals, you can set it to control multiple things simultaneously. So if you wanted to affect, let's say, a wah as well as your pan, you can set that. So that way as you're wahing, it's like wah to the left, and then, you know, when it goes to the bass, your bass is in your left ear, and when you rock it up, it's in your right, or, you know, vice versa, whatever. And you can set that stuff to control how you want to control. All of them, well, most of them have usually a minimum and a max, especially in Guitar Rig, a minimum and a max. So you can adjust what range you want. So if you want your wah to be very short, very only in the high, like, you know, like that, whatever, you can do that. Yeah, you like that sound effect? That was awesome, wasn't it? High tech here at CheapGearGuy. I'm trying not to be boring or talk too much, but at the same time give you all the information you need. I had something and I completely lost it. Oh, you can adjust it to, like, say you wanted to control the drive, the amount of drive on a distortion pedal. If you wanted to have that rocker pedal control, like, you go from a minimum gain to a maximum gain, and that's one way to get around the whole stomp box on and off, would be to have the stomp box controlling the wah. I mean, seriously, are you really going to use 10 effects that you're going to be interacting with live. But the way I overcome it is I don't like stomp box anyway. Stomp boxing my distortion because it just goes and it's there and then it's all of a sudden gone, and that just seems, it doesn't feel right. And you can hear it. You can hear that click on, and I don't like that. So what I do is I set one of the controllers to control the wah, and one of the controllers to either control volume, and I just have the gain cranked all the way and then roll the volume back, so that way we just get like a nice clean, slightly distorted sound, very warm tone, and then I roll it forward for the distortion, so it's, you know what I mean? So that helps out, and it's a real smooth transition. You don't get that jaggedy stomp unless it's what you're looking for, in which case you've still got the pedals there to do that. Another thing to get around that would be to set the switch up and down. As I said, this right here controls the program up. Watch. That goes to 1, that goes to 2. And what the good thing about that is, okay, let's say for this, I've got set all my controls for my stomp boxes here, and then I'm up to 10, and you know, say you've got that many things and you're out of stuff that you can do, as well as you set this one to be the wah and this one to be the volume. But you know what, you also have a pan effect that you want in the middle of one of the songs. Well, I'll tell you what, you go to channel 2, okay, that'd be channel 1, but it's the second channel, and you adjust this one to adjust the pan, right? So now in the middle of your gig, you're running in this thing right here. So you got you're just wah 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 your volume, and then in the middle of the song, middle of your set, it goes to that place. Well, click right there. Now this controls that pan that you were looking for. Got it? And you can set these to all different MIDI notes. Like every pedal here can have a different MIDI note. And this thing can control anything. I mean, if you wanted it to control drums, it could technically do that. If you wanted it to control on-off on your DAW, like while you're mixing, you wanted to have an extra set of hands, and you want to be able to run a fader or whatever, you want to make a really smooth transition, left to right, volume up or down, it can do all of that. And you just tell it what MIDI note you want it to control, and then you set in here, there we go, I was looking at the wall. You set in here what MIDI note you want it to what you want that MIDI note to be controlling. You set that learn, and it just learns it. So as long as it's a unique MIDI note. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I hope I am. It's making sense up here, but that doesn't mean that it translates very well outside. So yeah. Just to throw the plug in also, since you're watching, Equinox Instruments, baby. CheapGearGuy. You're looking for an inexpensive custom guitar. This is a complete customized. This is my Concord. And yeah, I love this thing. But let's go ahead and give it listen in actual use. Make sure that, okay, that's already set up. Get a pick. Let's turn that on. And now the distortion doesn't want to kick on. I don't know if I deleted the assignment. I don't know why it's not wanting to work. Okay, anyways, so that shows you. But now let me show you a really cool thing about this. Now, say I recorded that performance and that was so awesome, but it wasn't, of course. But let's say it was great. I recorded the actual notes I wanted, but you know what? That wah wasn't quite right. Well, here's what you do is you can, this is going to start scanning over, I'm sure. Do you see those? Those are the actual, the rocker actually working. There should be some more in here, shouldn't there? Where are they at? Because it's all the wall recording that I did. But anyways, you can adjust those post-recording. Like, say, like, oh man, I nailed that note, but I wanted to go, wow! You know what I mean? But and I went, whoa! I rolled it back instead of rolling it forward. We can go in there and adjust those. You just fine-tune it. And that's really cool, especially with the stomp box and other features like that. Like if your roll wasn't exactly perfect from low to high, you didn't quite nail to get that oomph. You nailed the notes, but you didn't nail the foot performance. You can just go ahead and edit that. If you stomp the stomp box a little too late, just go in and edit it. It's pretty awesome, man. It's really incredible what you can do with technology now. I used to hate technology. I love it. I love it now. So that is the FCB1010, and yeah, I hope you dug the review. I hope it was informative. I hope it helps you out, and yeah, thank you for tuning in. Cheap Gear Guy. I'm out of here. Have a good one, man.